Now I am reacting to this video. Made my payback. I've reacted to a couple of his videos. He makes pretty good videos. I have him on my face cam the whole time. Jesus Christ.
One name resonates with explosive skill and aggression, and that's HyDra, the French phenom.
Here, I'll go back and pause. The incredible rise of HyDra in Call of Duty Esports. I was gonna react to this like a couple weeks ago, but I just never got around to it. But
from the amateur circuits of France to the grandest
again, this is not my video. Let's react to this shit.
With explosive skill and aggression, and that's HyDra.
A lot of this I remember. So
HyDra has carved a path for himself through championships and an unwavering drive. His journey, marked by early promise, MVP triumphs, and intense rivalries, has captivated fans, and he now finds himself as a core member of the LA Thieves. So let's take a look at his rise in competitive Call of Duty. HyDra's competitive journey began not under the bright lights of the CDL, but in the local scenes of France. He first picked up Call of Duty with Advanced Warfare at around age 13, initially playing on his Xbox 360 with no expectation of turning pro. His competitive spark ignited during Black Ops 3, where at just 14 years old, he started competing at local French LAN tournaments. It was here that he first tasted success, winning his first LAN event at the end of the Black Ops 3 cycle, and became the MVP of that event, an early sign of the dominance to come. Recognition within the French community grew rapidly. During Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and World War II, he was named the most promising French player of 2017, a title given by the community itself. This period saw him hone his skills across several French and European amateur teams, grinding through the regional circuit. His early team history includes stints with Overtime Esports, Supremacy Academy, Red World Hope, and Monaco Academy in late 2016 to late 2018. This consistent competition laid the groundwork for his future pro career, building experience against the best players in his region. He was successful throughout World War II, winning nearly every event, and found similar results throughout Black Ops 4. He crossed paths with pro players like Abizi back in the day and played against him, but didn't know much about the pro scene. He just enjoyed grinding the
now for this part, I don't really have much to say. This is all pretty old shit, but
game and competing
for the most part, this is pretty cool to see, man. I didn't know a lot of this
when I was playing World War II. I was named the most promising French
prior
player
to him
2017.
getting in the
this
CDL.
led to him joining Call of Duty Challengers when the Call of Duty League was announced. The Modern Warfare season marked a significant
okay, so 2019 he was in Challengers.
step up, competing in the Challenger circuit, the official path to pro. He joined Trainhard Esports from February to August 2020, and while playing for Trainhard, HyDra consistently found himself near the top of the European amateur scene. The team secured multiple second place finishes in EU Challengers Cups and events tied to the CDL Home Series weekends. Their run culminated in a respectable 7th to 8th place finish at the Call of Duty Challengers 2020 finals. Slayster noticed HyDra in the Challenger scene and made
that right there just goes to show like how much can change in like 5 years. Like he went from being a Challengers player to a top SMG and like literally 5 years, not even 5 years. That is fucking nuts.
Made it known through a
how many tournament wins does he have now, bro? They might even say it in the video, but we gotta search this up on the Call of Duty wiki. Call of Duty wiki, HyDra. Let's see here. So yeah, he has 2 majors this season. That's a fact. He has. Why doesn't it show all of them? Where does it show all of the tournament results? All right, let's go back here. I'll make it so y'all can see this too. So this is when he would have been, yeah, right here. This is when he would have been on Trainhard. So then, yeah, Cold War. The start of Cold War, he got into subliners. Is that how that worked? Right here. Oh, that is insane. The amount of wins that he got in such a short amount of time. I actually can't believe that. And like they got a couple wins here. Oh, that's a game battles tournament. Stage 3. I wish there was a thing somewhere that said all of his accolades. It might say it in the video. We'll look at it after.
Tweet that took HyDra by surprise. He even foreshadowed a world championship in his future, saying another pro asked me who I thought the best AM was, and I said HyDra. They didn't even know who I was talking about. People don't even know
that's
talent.
insane.
He doesn't speak much
Holy
English
fuck.
though, and that was one hurdle that was preventing HyDra from breaking through to the pro scene, and that was the language barrier. HyDra didn't speak or understand English very well, and every team in the CDL is primarily English speaking. But one thing was certain, HyDra's in-game skill was unquestioned, and he quickly became one of the best players in the challenger scene. Even a seemingly logical fit, the talented French player potentially joining the Paris Legion franchise failed to materialize. They missed the chance to sign him, but he was starting to get the recognition he needed in challengers and was
Wait, what did they say there?
The talented French player potentially joining the Paris Legion franchise failed to materialize. They missed the chance to sign him, but he was starting to get the recognition he needed in challengers.
They missed the
and was
chance to
dominating the
sign
amateur scene.
him.
This finally led to the Cold War season.
I didn't know
where
that.
HyDra got his first real opportunity
my.
to become a pro. The crucial opportunity arrived in late 2020 when HyDra received DMs from both Clayster and Zuma with the New York Subliners. Clayster had been tracking HyDra's progress. When Clayster joined NYSL, his initial plan for the Black Ops Cold War season included HyDra alongside himself, Zuma, and Mac. And based on Clayster's recommendation, NYSL listened to the world champ and moved quickly on the young Frenchman. On October 9, 2020, HyDra officially joined NYSL and became a Call of Duty pro. However, HyDra's entry into the league was immediately complicated by visa issues, a major hurdle preventing him from traveling to the United States for the Cold War season. Compounded by the pandemic and travel restrictions, the timeline for resolving this was uncertain.
And the pandemic too? Bro, I forgot about that too. Yo, that is crazy.
And this delay sucked for HyDra because he had to navigate his rookie season separated from his team and facing language barriers. His main focus was to learn from Clayster and improve his English.
This is a good fucking video. Good fucking job,
what he worked on throughout the Cold War season.
Yeah,
HyDra finally debuted on the main NYSL roster on April 24th, 2021. His impact was immediate.
Nobody on the objective, and through comes HyDra. HyDra!
Oh my god.
NYSL had struggled early in the season, but HyDra brought a much-needed injection of raw skill and aggression. His coach, Revan, described his playstyle, saying, HyDra brings a ton of raw skill to our team. With this fast playstyle, he brings a lot of pressure onto the map. He's always in your face. HyDra puts himself in a lot of situations where his gun skill can shine.
That would have been so
this
fucking annoying.
power helped elevate the team, culminating in a remarkable run to the grand finals of the Stage 3 Major, where they finished second after a hard-fought series against Atlanta FaZe. Although he initially downplayed the impact of playing away from the team without the office setup, saying he didn't even know that was a thing in his first year, his ability to perform under that condition highlighted his talent and resilience.
Down 2. HyDra, meanwhile, will escape with his life, and it's going to all be down onto him. Takes down Assault from range. It is the headshot coming in from the Frenchman, and Silly, he wants no business with this. Tries to go ahead and bend.
No way he
down.
tries to fucking defuse that.
Successfully, but how about HyDra?
His rookie season performance earned him recognition as a number 10 player in the Breaking Point top 20 rankings for 2021. And that all led to the Vanguard season, which would be his most challenging season yet. The Vanguard season in 2022 was a tumultuous time for the NYSL roster. The Subliners roster featured HyDra alongside veterans Crimsix, Alex, and Clayster, who eventually got benched following a poor start to the season. The team endured dreadful starts to the multiple stages, including poor placements at Major 1, 2, and 3. Behind the scenes, the team dynamics were reportedly fracturing. Accounts from the postseason discussions painted a picture of deep-seated conflict. Crimsix accused team management, specifically Coach D-Real, of showing favoritism towards HyDra, suggesting that HyDra sometimes lacked effort and practice, but avoided criticism directly.
Not only that, but he also accused Driel of not allowing fellow coach John Revan to speak in practice, to which Driel responded saying that I didn't say that at all, and then Raven didn't want to talk.
Other teammates.
Dude,
so naturally, trust eroded inside the team following another incident on Discord just before Champs Weekend, where HyDra expressed intense dislike for his teammates.
HyDra also reportedly said that he was reminded of how much he hates his new former teammates every time he jumped into a call with them and heard their voices. That's crazy. The French star accused Crim6 of racism over a comment made about HyDra's Algerian heritage, reportedly asking who cares about when the topic came up. Yeah, that's pretty wild. It was a joke, but admitted that he shouldn't have said it. He also claimed HyDra never mentioned it when it happened and thus wasn't aware of how HyDra felt about it. I mean, that just goes to show, like, the new generation to the old. After the reactions, probably, yeah.
Crim6 made about HyDra and his heritage. And this,
I mean, I get it's a joke, but like, you only joke with that kind of shit with people that like can take the joke like that. Like, that's pretty
loyal to the team. As you can see, there was a lot of clashing going on inside the team. They had beef and things were not looking good. Yet,
I don't even know how that would really be like racist at the end of the day. It's not like he's.
The turning point came at the Call of Duty League 2022 Pro-Am Classic.
Dude, he's fucking white.
In May, and against all odds, NYSL battled through the tournament, defeating the LA Thieves 3-1 in the grand finals to win $100,000. HyDra's individual brilliance was shining through the dysfunction, earning him the MVP award for the tournament. It boosted the team's morale and showcased the roster's potential. This momentum carried into the latter half of the season. NYSL made an improbable run to the grand finals of Stage 4 Major, narrowly losing to LA Thieves.
Eventually handled, but you still got the SMGs. They're still roaming. They're still here. HyDra with 2.
This was Major 4 Winners Finals. This game I didn't keep up with it as much. I did not fuck with this game. And I wish I watched the competitive a little bit more, even if the game is shit.
Also, do we want to go for time? Do we want to try to go for these long rotations? HyDra hungry for 3.
Securing enough points to qualify for COD Champs. However, the underlying issues continued to resurface, and the team finished top 6 at Champs.
P3 also is something you have to consider, but London have to consider winning a gunfight at some stage here. HyDra skating around inside of P2. Crim6 will help him out, still tying towards New York.
Look at their fucking, the map block. Oh my god.
Bodies ready to cut them down, and London can't find anything. New York are just getting gunned. But HyDra now on a 4 streak, and they have clipped the spawns as well. New York are playing perfect hardpoint.
A disastrous start though for the side of London. Nothing has went their way so far. Spawning towards dock side, Paul on a 5 spree. HyDra on 5 spree of his own. Can he keep this one going? 2 more for the glide bomb. Can he manage to lock this one in? There's number 2 and not there.
Eliminated by Optic Texas. HyDra's talent remained undeniable, earning him a spot on the CDL's second All-Star team for the 2022 season. In the Vanguard season, became a major chapter for him, proof that HyDra could perform at an elite level, even in a fractured team.
So honestly, Paco, good luck in the future. You're dead to me, dude. You gotta find your heart and soul, dude, because you're the coldest mother team with in a while.
But also an illustration of how
You're the coldest motherfucker I've teamed with in a while.
Team. Obviously, they weren't going to stay together for the Vanguard season, and they all had a crash out session on the flank, and they went their separate ways. But HyDra and Kismet
I remember when all this shit
on
happened.
NYSL for the season that would ultimately change their lives. The Modern Warfare 2 season in 2023 marked HyDra's remarkable rise to the pinnacle of Call of Duty. With a revamped NYSL roster, now with HyDra, Kismet, Skies, and Priesta, the team set out to what would become a historic campaign. The dominance began immediately. At the first event of the season, Major 1 in Raleigh, NYSL stormed through the competition, defeating the Seattle Surge 4-1 in the grand finals. HyDra and his teammates showcased incredible composure,
This shit feels like it was
being
yesterday.
ranked low at the beginning
What
of the
the
season
fuck?
by the community. While the team experienced some mid-season fluctuations, finishing top 8 at Major 2, top 12 at Major 3.
They're getting closer and closer to that 250-point mark. But HyDra, my name is Paco. He strikes again.
Bro, who is up top? Oh my god. Bro, who was that above him?
HyDra, my name is Paco.
Mid-season fluctuations, finishing top.
He killed Havoc, Cap, and Fellow, so it was Brack above him. Oh man.
Having an answer, and he's gonna need another one, but you can guarantee he's gonna have himself a moment. Now on 5 in a row, 1 away from the
Oh my god, how do they not know he's there? Like what, bro?
have started to make their way
And 4th at Major 4.
Oh, that's fucking insane.
I'm watching. I have a trophy. No, they have a trophy. I gotta get it over. I'm
waiting for nades. One's away, you guys. Your two S1 on top of you guys. I'm S1 deep, S1 guys. S1 crossing B1, absolutely. Nice. Oh my god. No, nice.
They were building towards an unforgettable conclusion. The resurgence arrived at Major 5, and in a thrilling grand finals against Atlanta FaZe, NYSL clutched up in a nail-biting Game 7, winning the series 4-3.
It's only going to be HyDra. He's in a position to win the game. Abidi is going to see him, and down he gets gunned. Somebody has to fuse. Somebody has to Overwatch his Phenom. Has done it again. A 1 versus 3.
That would've been fucked if he killed him there.
Instrumental throughout the event, earning him the Major 5 MVP award, and this victory was just weeks before the World Championship, showing that NYSL was peaking at the perfect time. So the climax of the season unfolded at 2023 COD Champs. NYSL entered Champs as a favorite and delivered one of the most dominant performances in history.
Two players for now. Slow and steady. HyDra though. Oh my god, he cleans the first.
Oh my god.
The Phenom. That's your regular season MVP. Just took a PP over those boys.
That is the best player
Just took a
in this
peek.
game for good
Scrap is
They
10 and
marched through
9.
the
Holy
bracket
fuck.
to the grand final, where they faced Toronto Ultra, achieving a 5-0 historic sweep against Toronto Ultra in Scrap, completing the series in record time to become world champions. HyDra was crowned the Call of Duty League 2023 regular season MVP, acknowledging that he was the best player in the game, and he also was named to the 2023 Team of the Year. Statistically, his season is arguably one of the best individual campaigns in CDL history, and the positive team environment that he was put into
Hit an overall KD of 1.14.
along with a strong coaching staff, provided the foundation for both HyDra's MVP performance and the team's ultimate success. HyDra had transitioned from just a skilled slayer into a true championship cornerstone. In November 2023, he even was awarded the Esports Controller Player of the Year and had this to say.
I want to thank my mom first, because she's been supporting me for 5 years since I started competing and all that stuff. So I want to thank all my team, my coaches, and everybody who supporting me, the fans and all that stuff. Yeah, thank you everybody.
Entering into the Modern Warfare 3 season in 2024, HyDra and the NYSL roster faced a monumental task, defending their world championship. The goal was to achieve something unprecedented in Call of Duty Esports, winning back-to-back rings, and the core remained with Sib joining in place of Priesta. The season began slowly.
I still think
with a
that
top
trade was
12 finish
crazy.
at Major 1. However, the team steadily improved, securing a 3rd place finish at Major 2, a 4th place finish at Major 3, proving that they were still contenders.
As that starts to dissipate, now he's going to start the plant.
Yeah, able to get the angle though with the help from his teammates. Actually,
What is this? What is this? HyDra from Mars. Start the retake. He has nothing left, but he's got the Renetti. That's all he needs. 1v3 for Cell.
he's already got 1v3 in the backpack. They're not happening this
Work
time.
that has made this team world champions at times. And
I remember watching that live. I was like,
They
what the
bounced back
fuck?
at Major 4, being the only top 4 team not to win an event, and delivered a dominant performance, culminating in a 4-2 victory over Atlanta FaZe in the grand finals. HyDra was once again instrumental, earning the Major 4 MVP and adding more championships to his resume. This major victory propelled them into a COD Champs 2024 with significant momentum. They successfully navigated the bracket to the grand finals for the 2nd consecutive year, setting up a showdown with Optic Texas.
And a first blood about to fall on his lap. He has tied the record on the main stage. HyDra, a godlike player.
Bruh.
Brett, give it to him.
He needs one more for the ace. And it may fall into his lap as every other kill has. Nobody does it better.
But Optic Texas had the home crowd behind them, and NYSL fell short, losing the series 1-5, failing to reach back-to-back titles. But HyDra maintained his status as one of the world's best players, and even earned the number 2 player overall by breaking point. His statistics remained elite. He had a 1.14
127
overall KD,
kills in a
league-leading
series is fucking
89.5
nuts.
Slayer rating, and led the league in damage and hardpoint. His consistent impact earned him another selection to CDL Team of the Year. NYSL would then become Cloud9, and after a disappointing finish at the Esports World Cup, HyDra was offered a new deal that he could not turn down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So for the Black Ops 6
We got
season, HyDra signed to LA Thieves alongside Scrap, Envoy, and Ghosty, quickly being named the next super team in the Call of Duty League. Now HyDra is still writing a story of his incredible career and is already finding his footing on the Thieves roster, creating some memorable plays like this.
An unaccountable variable we have here on the roll, and that's a problem. Difficult to hold on. HyDra, that's... Didn't find the pick with this. That's a big nade. It's going to
Oh my god.
HyDra through the door. And the second one, can he find it? Yes, he can. 1v2. Sending it. On the run. Insight's gone. Left, right. Which way's he gone? HyDra has juked it.
I remember that.
What a play! The Phenom cracks a smile and defuses.
Expectations skyrocket instantly, especially with Nade shot amplifying the pressure on them. The move marked the end of HyDra's tenure with the New York organization and the beginning of a high-pressure chapter under the LA Thieves banner. At the Stage 1 Major, they fought their way to the grand final in an epic Game 7 Round 11 showdown against Atlanta FaZe. Honestly, one of the best grand finals that I've watched in the CDL, but they lost and ended this event in second place. HyDra underperformed by his standards during the first event, particularly struggling in Search and Destroy, but despite this, the team's ability to push the eventual champs to their limit hinted at their potential. Stage 2 saw LA Thieves hit their stride during the online qualifiers with a perfect 7-0 record, and their online performance translated into a victory at the Stage 2 Minor, where they defeated Vancouver Surge in another 4-3 final. At Major 2 on LAN just a few weeks ago, it proved to be disappointing. LAT finished 4th place, suffering a loss to Boston Breach and Toronto Ultra, and as a result was viewed as a failure given their qualifier dominance and immense talent. They still have a long way to go, but HyDra is proving to be a dominant force in the league and is getting better with each series in this game. His tenure with the New York Subliners culminated in reaching the pinnacle of the esport, a commanding world championship victory and regular season MVP award, solidifying his position in Call of Duty history. Now dressed in the black and red of the Los Angeles Thieves, HyDra faces a new set of challenges and expectations. As a vital member of the roster designed for immediate success in BO6, the pressure to secure championships is at an all-time high. But the French Phenom's story continues, and the league watches closely as he pursues more championships. So that's the story of HyDra's rise through Call of Duty Esports, and it's honestly pretty crazy to see how he came from small French LAN events to now being one of the best players in the league. And
That was a good fucking video.
Continue his success as the CDL continues. If you guys
A lot of that
enjoyed
shit I
this
didn't
video,
know.
check out my
got
recent
the end
video
of
where
it.
I talk about
What was that?
Abeezy's rise
It's basically
in
just
Call of
like
Duty Esports. If you enjoy
the incredible rise of HyDra and Call of Duty Esports, and then it just goes into like the beginning and how he got into challengers, and then like COVID hit, and then just I was just saying at the start of the video how like it's crazy how much can change in 5 years. He went from being a bottom challengers player to fucking being in the league, winning a chip and champs, and now like that's fucking nuts, man.
enjoyed this one, you gotta check that
On
one
top
out.
of
With that said, I
COVID,
hope you guys have a great week. and
which
I'll
is
see you
which is
guys in the next
crazy,
video.
bro.
Until then, peace.
It was a great video, man. That was really fucking good. A lot of that information at the beginning I didn't know. Like I pulled it up right here. I got all of his fucking stats from the like his first tournaments right in here. Train it like he goes over all this, train hard. That was pretty cool.
That is sick.
That's a very short amount of time that he's been in the league, and he's won so much already. Holy fuck.